It's time to bounce up and down. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That's the name of this next track. Come on, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Bouncy, bounce, bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy. I bounce her in the kitchen, and I bounce her in the hall. I bounce her in the kitchen, and I bounce her in the hall. Bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy. Bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy. I bounce her in the kitchen, and I bounce her in the hall. Bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy. I bounce her in the kitchen. I bounce her in the hall. I bounce her in the kitchen. And I bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy, 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 bounce, bouncy. I bounce her in the kitchen, and I bounce her in the hall. I bounce her in the kitchen, and I bounce her in the hall.
What did I just tell you? Bouncing up and down was a lot of fun, even if we just bounced all the way to hell. Are we gonna rest much longer?